Hello, my mindful adventurers. Are you ready for your weekly dose of the blog post? This week is the third week of the Mental Health Awareness Month. It's May 2026, if you're here in the future. I am Jamila, your commander-in-chief, your editor, your all that here at a Mindful Adventure. This is my dog Orion, just off camera, and behind me is a dog who is crunching and chewing on pecan seeds. So, I hope that's not super distracting. So, we started off this month getting rid of all of the negative thoughts, all of the limiting beliefs, all the things that are holding us back with gusto. We evicted them, we kicked them out the door, kicked them to the curb. Last week, we learned how to transmute our emotions, how to take our emotions and do something else with that energy so that it better serves us, so that we're not giving into our secondary reaction and doing something that we regret later on. And this week is all about somatic regulation and rewiring the body, because we're working on a higher level. We're on a higher we're at a higher frequency now, so we have to adjust to that. And real quick before I get in, because I always freaking forget, if you guys want to go check out the vlog post at any time, because sometimes I ramble, sometimes I go off on tangents, and the blog post obviously is not going to be full of me going off on tangents, so if you want more specific information, go check that out. Of course, stick around for this, because this is the companion video. I talk about stuff that I don't talk about in the blog post, and vice versa, so if you want a full picture, you should definitely stick around for both of these things. With that being said, I'm going to try to work my booty off to make these videos shorter than they normally are. Because I know sometimes the videos get long, but I also feel like there's a lot of information I want to share and like tell you guys about, because we are human. So you can't run like I'm sorry, I'm going to dive in. I just started talking. Obviously, that's what you guys are here for. You guys want to, like, somatic regulation and mind-body wiring. And we gotta rewire it. We gotta wire it to work. But you can't run new software on an old machine. Like, it's just not gonna work. It's going to make the machine crash out, because it doesn't have the things that it needs in order to make it work. She started trying to climb on me. We ain't doing that here. I'm trying to give you guys the deets. I told you, I'm trying not to make this extra long. Anyway, you're gonna fuck up your system. I'm not gonna lie. Your system's gonna be like, what is this? I can't read this. I don't even know what this is. And if you force it to read it, it's gonna flip out. Like, you're gonna have more problems than what you started with if you're gonna force it. So this is why we need to do somatic regulation, like in checking with our body, the nervous system, so that it's not stuck in survival mode. Because one of the things that I've been learning recently that I've kind of already known, but like it's reiterating and like giving me new terms and new information and new things that I can put in perspective. And our nervous system does not understand language. Like, we can tell ourselves things all the time, and yeah, the intention, that carries weight. But our nervous system understands, like, feeling and images and things of that nature. Things like more feelings than thoughts, right? So we're gonna talk about that. And I want you to, like, realize that, like, when you're, like, truly sovereign or truly in your own power, it's not just, like, in thought. It's also you in your physical state. Sovereignty can be a physical state if you choose, just like heaven on earth can be a physical state if you so choose, because heaven on earth is not a real place, but it's something that we can invite into our lives if we so choose, right? All these things are choices, and if you're here, you're choosing to do the hard work, and I'm proud of you. I am, because a lot of people are scared to do this work because they don't know what's going to happen if they get the life that they choose, they want, they desire. They don't know what they're going to turn into, what kind of person they have to be, or what the possibilities even are. So if you're here, I am so grateful. I'm so glad. I'm thankful that you're here. I truly am. I really am. I love you. I love you so much. let's go ahead and dive in. Dive in. Sorry, I cut it because I was reading it and I was like, oh, what's going on? You're probably just like, the background changed a little bit. Yes, it did. Itchy. Okay. So the body. So we've talked about this multiple times, but the body keeps score. The body is a volt. The body. I keep saying the body. The body literally keeps track of everything that you've ever experienced. So if you went through something when you were like a baby, even before you were born, guess what? Your body remembers that. I'm sorry, I'm itchy. I got bit up by mosquitoes a little bit ago, so I'm gonna be a little itchy, fidgety, scratchy, watchy. Oh my gosh, I got bat in the back of the knee. Dang. Okay. A bug just flew in my ear. I'm sorry, bro. You scared me. So, basically, our mind doesn't always, like, or tries to forget, doesn't always remember everything, but our body keeps score of everything. The way we felt when that thing happened, the way, maybe some of the thoughts that we have get stored too, like when you feel, like, this specific feeling, because, like, there's different levels of sadness, anger, depression. Like, there's different levels to it. So when you feel like a specific level in your body, it reminds me, it gives you that nostalgia feeling. You start to remember other things that are also associated with that feeling. So it's not too far-fetched to say, like, your body also, like, traps thoughts too. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I know why I'm saying that. It's for my personal benefit. Anyway, so when you're trying to navigate that, when you're trying to navigate, like, when something gets triggered in your body and you're trying to calm down, or maybe you're trying to explore it, because, like, one of the things I keep talking about is, like, self-intimacy is never going away. And you should take the time to explore and feel how you feel, and to look into things that maybe you're locked away and you haven't seen in a long time. And you want to open it and look into it because you want to show yourself love and care and appreciation. So doing this, you're sitting with that trauma. You're sitting with that difficult and the difficult feeling is what I was trying to say. And sometimes when you're dealing with that difficult feeling, you feel like you're experiencing it all over again. That's that trapped trauma. That's that trapped emotion in the body itself manifesting out. So, like, maybe you had an experience recently, and maybe you were driving, or you were in a car with somebody, and, like, you guys almost get in an accident. That's terrifying. And, maybe you're telling somebody about it, like, 2 days later or a week later or whatever, but then you feel like you're in the car again, like it's happening again. That's the body keeping count, keeping the score of that. Like, it's telling you, like, hey, this is something I need to, like, work through. In those situations, you gotta breathe, be like, hey, I'm fine, I'm safe. I made it out of there. I'm safe. Whatever happened before, we're gonna try not to do that again. Or, if it was something like you did or the driver or whatever, or basically just talk to yourself and be like, I'm here for you. Like, we're safe. We're not in a car. And even if we are in a car, we're still safe. We're still protected, because the Creator is protecting us at all times. And we're always safe and protected. There is no but. But I just want you guys, when you start feeling that, when you start, like, feeling, like, the visceral feeling, your mind doesn't always know what's going on. Like, that's where a lot of these, like, questioning, like, I don't know why I feel like this. I don't know, this is coming from. Our mind doesn't quite know, but our body knows, and it's trying to tell us. And that's why it's important to be open to it, to, like, see what it is, because it could be a feeling, and you'd be like, oh, I don't understand where this is coming from. It could be something you've experienced all day, or all week, or maybe for years, and you're just like, I don't understand. And then eventually one day, you're sitting there, and you're like, when was the last time I felt this way? And it clicks. Like, stuff like that happens all the time to me. I would not doubt that would happen to you if you also sat with it and, like, think about it. And again, same thing, like I've said before, like, we're not always going to know the answer, right? We may never know the answer. Most of the time, the answers come 2020 hindsight, after years down the road, after the thing fucking happened, you're not even thinking about it anymore, and then all of a sudden something comes up and you're like, oh, that's why I went through that. That's why this I had this hard experience with these feelings, with this specific story, because it's like, it's something that you need to work on, or something that you need to work through. So just know that sometimes maybe you will never know. Like, there's some things, like, there's some trap traumas in my body. I'm not sure where they come from. I don't understand it, like, at all. But what I do know is that I can still work through the emotions and tell myself that I'm here for myself. We're gonna get more into that, but that's one of the things I like to do. I always tell myself that I'm okay, and that I'm doing okay, and that I'll be okay. And right now is just right now, and it will not be forever, because everything is impermanent. And I love that idea, because it helps me, like, realize that there's more to life than just right here in this moment. But when you start to feel those things, you're realizing, like, your body is telling you that there's a squatter, right? Like, there's a negative thought, like, there's a limiting belief, there's maybe it's a experience that you had that's just rehashing in your head, and it was a negative experience, or, you know, and negative in different ways. It could be embarrassing, it could be trigger warning, slightly abusive, it could be not slightly, it could be very much so. It could literally be anything. Like, it could be like a moment that was going good, and then all of a sudden it kind of like turned into something that was not good. You know what I mean? So when we're checking in, wait, what? I think that's it. Like, I've just come to realize that when I lose my train of thought, I completed the thought. If I didn't, I'll put it up here. I scooted over to the side to make sure that I had plenty of room to write up here, because I feel like I want to be writing a little bit extra right there. I don't know. Anyway, if it is there, if not, you just saw the camera cut. So I want you guys to recognize and understand what somatic regulation is, because there's like actually like a zone, or like a window of like tolerance, that we can handle life stress without flipping out, freaking out, short-circuiting, or like, you know, just fizzling out, or just, you know, becoming less than who and what we are. And by less than, I mean, like, we're reduced to an extremely emotional state in which we're not proud of ourselves, or we're not able to function normally. But there's a window, you know, there's stuff that we can't handle. And a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot of people. I'm gonna say some people that I know in my life get this very confused. Like, they feel like everyday stress is like too much. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not taking away from their story. But what I am saying is, like, there's an amount of stress that we should experience on a regular basis, so that we can better ourselves and develop as well. Because our whole, like, I keep saying this month, is like, the whole purpose of living is to heal. Like living is the healing. Like, yes, we can do other things to help with it. Like, if you're watching this video, you're more than likely trying to, you know, get your life together. You're trying to make sure that you're doing well mentally, and now you're trying to understand how to you know, regulate your almost said your somatic regulate your system. But there's a window where we, you know, we can handle life stressors without flipping out, or stressing out, or getting like too emotional. I think that's the best way to say it. And honestly, for everybody it's different, so it's kind of hard for me to tell you what that window is. I know for me, like, I can deal with quite a bit of stress before I start losing it. And by losing it, I mean, like, I'm just like, I don't care anymore. I just want to go to sleep. Like, I just, this is not, it's overwhelming. Like, I gotta, but like I said, for everybody, it's a little bit different. And there's also, like, different things that you've gone through that other people haven't gone through, which makes everybody's stress tolerances different. I just want you guys to know that that is a thing. I'm going to go into more detail in the blog post about it. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. So, we have 2 different zones that I want to, like, talk about it. And, well, I mean zones, but, like, so we talked about the zone, right? Like, the in zone. But we have, like, you know, the too much, and then we have the not enough. And we're going to call those the hyper-arousal or the fire, which is, like, which is basically, like, your fear response, fight, flight, fawn, freeze, flight, fawn, freeze. Yeah. Racing thoughts, panicking, that type of stuff. It's when you're not, you're obviously not in a grounded state. You're just in a state of constant stress, of prolonged stress. I'm sorry if they're distracting the fuck out of you guys. Sorry. But that's like hyper-arousal. That's like when you are on fire. Like everything is happening all at once, and that's the it's too much zone, right? And then we have hypo-arousal, which is the freeze, which is the numbness, procrastinating, feeling checked out. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of where I stay sometimes, where I'm just like, specifically when it comes to things that I know I should be doing. Can you guys relate? Can you guys relate to that? Things you know you should be doing, you just feel like, of course you can relate. I don't know why I said that. Of course you can. But with this one, this is like under the level of stress, so there's not enough like stimulation for you to feel alive or like productive. I don't know how I want to explain this, but like I said before, there is like that baseline stress that keeps us like alive. Like we experience that, and then of course we have we're bored stress, like being bored or like having not getting enough stimulation, like to the brain, like whether that be like doing maybe word problems or Scrabble or whatever you do to like maybe like to do puzzles or something, or maybe like to debate with people, that's whatever you do, right? You're not doing enough of those types of things, you start to get bored, and that causes this slump, this numbness that I was just talking about. And then of course there's the opposite, where you're doing too much, there's too many things, too much stimuli, and then that's the fire. So keep those in mind. I'm gonna keep using these, honestly, probably till the day that I die, because these are great examples. Okay, so next part, wiring the connection. Practical tools. You good, bro? Okay. Practical tools. So we have the vagus nerve, not the let's go gambling, oh dang it. No, not that nerve. We're talking about the nerve that like controls all of our major bodily functions, including it literally connects our brains with our digestive tract, with our circulatory tract, and our the basic things. But yeah, that's basically what it is. And this nerve can easily be altered or affected by breathing. Breathing is one of the fastest ways to stimulate it to relax or to not relax. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this body. This nerve, because it's basically our freaking it's basically our reset button. Like when you calm the vagus nerve, which only takes like I think 60 seconds is like average for whoever they tested. I wasn't part of these tests, but also there's an incense burning. It's been burning this whole time. I have 2 actually, because like I just don't want to spray myself with a bunch of bug spray to keep the mosquitoes away. So if you've been like, yo, what's going on my screen, it's incense. It's got that nice chomp. But anyway, so basically one of the things you can do is breathe, right? To reset the vagus nerve. And one of the things that like instantly like resets it is a prolonged exhale. Like you can take multiple prolonged exhales, but it's a prolonged exhale that really like lets the mind and the body know that, okay, we're safe, we're able to proceed, we're okay. I can breathe out slowly. Breathing out slowly is an instant signal to your body that you are safe. Now, breathing out quickly is going to do the opposite effect. I mean, you can go ahead and try it if you want to. You can pause this video, make yourself stressed out, and then, like, calm yourself down if you want to. I'll be here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the rest of these tips. The next frequency, Jamila. Calm down. The next practical tool is grounding. Like right now I'm sitting outside on the ground. Well, not exactly, because some of this grass I'm allergic to, but sitting outside on the ground, outside chilling, just existing. One of the things that I also like to do besides like sitting in nature is like walking, like going on a nature walk. Barefoot is my favorite because I feel like I can feel the energy from the planet in my feet. I know I sound like a hippie, like a freaky, whatever, witchy person, but that's the kind of person I am. Freaky, hippie, witchy person. But seriously, like getting in the moment and like stimulate all 5 senses as well. Like you can do this anywhere. Like you can literally do this in the bathroom, or I mean, not that you have to, but you could do this in the bathroom. You can do it while you're driving. You could do it while you're sitting in a meeting. You could do it while you're staring at your child do the thing you told them not to do 20,000 times, but they keep doing it. But you can do it literally anytime is what I'm basically trying to say to you guys. So basically what you want to do is, if I say this right, I mean, honestly, you can do this, you can do as many as you want, but it's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule where you look. I think it's like you start off with looking for 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can taste, or 1 thing you could taste, I think, or 2 things you could smell, and then 1 thing you could taste. I can't remember exactly, but again, like you can do this in any order. Usually what I'll do is I'll like list off everything that I see, everything that I hear, everything that I smell, everything. Like I'll just list off as much as I possibly can, because I feel like I like detail. I'm a detail person like that. So that's what I like to do. You can do the same thing, or you can find a different practice that works for you that gets you grounded in the moment. But another thing you can do too, is you can literally, oh no, I'm gonna that's the next one. But yeah, like I like to be as detailed as possible, so I like to list off everything that I possibly can to like really bring myself into the moment. And then I also like, instead of just like things that I physically feel, like my clothes and hair and all that stuff, I also like think about like how I feel like in that moment. Like, do I feel content? Do I feel sad, scared? Do I feel free? Do I feel, like that kind of stuff? And then I will I'll also use that into my present moment thing, but I'll try to do that like kind of layer in between the physical things, so I'm not like all in my head, because I rabbit trail, clearly rabbit trail. I mean, you've been here for 20 minutes now, and I do rabbit trail, right? So I gotta make sure that I stay focused, and that I accomplish the thing that I'm trying to do, which is calm my vagus nerve. Yeah. And then there's movement as like medicine. So like you could literally shake your body off, like literally just your body, right? Or you can like stomp. Like one of the things that like I know a couple like people like to do is like they'll stomp, like if they feel like upset or whatever, like they'll like stomp like their foot down, and it helps like bring the body back to the present moment. And like another thing like too, I always talk about grounding, I always talking about coming back to the present moment, I always talking about being in the here and now, but like it is so fucking important. Like I can't go I swear I can't go one video or one blog post without talking about like you need to be in this moment, and you need to be intimate with yourself. Be grounded and intimate with yourself. I feel like that should be my first shirt that I come out with. Be grounded and intimate with yourself. Something, I don't know. I want to start working on stuff like that. Anyway, rabbit hole. See, look, I'm already on a rabbit trail. But you can also stretch, you can do some yoga, or you can maybe you go on a walk or a jog or something to get them energy moving, because emotions are energy in motion, and when we don't let ourselves feel them or process them fully, then that becomes energy stuck in our body, which is the trauma that I was referring to earlier in the video. So the movement works as well. Oh, another thing I found out too about the vagus nerve, if you hum, because it's a slow exhale, when you're humming, you don't use a lot of air. So if you hum for as long as you can, you're going to calm down the vagus nerve. One, it's a rhythm. Our bodies love rhythmic movements, rhythmic sounds, things like that, because it's a really calming thing for the body, actually. And when we hum, yeah, it sounds kind of like whatever, but there is a rhythm because of the vibration, and that vibration calms us. It's like cats purring. If you know that cats purr when they're trying to remain calm or to calm themselves down, because I've heard of cats also purring when they're in incredible pain. So yeah, but it's basically the same principle. You're calming yourself down, and that's another thing you can do. Like I said, that long exhale, you can hum, just like that, or you can sing. You can do a little sing and a dance and do a little bit of everything. Come on, I can't speak. I like to go outside barefoot, dancing and singing in the rain, all three of those. But find what works for you, because everything's different for everybody. I like to do those things, but there might be something else you do. Maybe this thing that you do, there's this thing that you do that's so weird, right? And no one else will ever understand it, but it works for you. Keep doing it. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Just keep doing it. I love you. I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad you're doing this work, because a lot of people don't like doing this work. They think this work ain't for them, but really it is. So, the next section is creating a sense of safety, a felt sense of safety, actually feeling safe, because when you're actually feeling safe, you're able to do so many things. There's so many things you can do. One of the things you can do is learning how to recognize your sovereignty, your internal compass. How does it feel in your body? How does it feel in your shoulders and stuff like that? Girl, back up. How does it feel to be safe in throughout your whole body? And I want you to really think about that. What is being, what does being whole within yourself, self-reliant, I'm not saying self-reliant toxically, you don't need nobody, fuck everybody. No, I'm talking about you're able to self-regulate yourself, which is something that you should be able to do. And I don't care what kind of relationship you're in. If you've been married to a person for 20,000 years, you should be regulating yourself. It is not up to your partner to fucking regulate for you. They can help you with regulation, but it's not their job. Their job is to regulate themselves, right? Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I feel I always need to say that. I feel some people I don't know. I feel some people just the codependence is real out here. I know because I fucking used to be super codependent. I used to be really badly codependent, and I'm not gonna say I'm perfect and I still don't have codependent tendencies, but I have significantly less codependent tendencies than I used to, and it's been great. I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys are worried about codependency, work on it. That's all I can say. I mean, it's something that you got to work on, because it's something that a lot of people aren't even realize that they're doing. But I'm saying, being sovereign within yourself, actually able to ground yourself and keep yourself somatically regulated is such a wonderful thing. And you got to check in with yourself. You got to get intimate with yourself. I always say, you got to stay intimate with yourself. I'm gonna keep saying it. And then also the next thing you can do is to create structures that make you feel safe. Like I said, you gotta feel safe, but you also gotta make yourself feel safe. So for me, I'm learning I need to keep a sleep schedule, so I'm gonna be doing that. This is so weird, because I haven't had a normal sleep schedule in so long. But I need to start doing that, so I have more structure, and also at the same time, my body recognizes that it's okay to have a sleep schedule, because the last time I had a sleep schedule, let's just say the person that I was with was very much not supportive of that sleep schedule and would keep me awake or other things that would ruin that sleep schedule. So it kind of like fucked with my head. Hey man, I'm human. I experience things. You experience things. Like I said before, I'm not here to judge anybody or compare stories, but I'm just saying, like, that's a trauma I gotta deal with. That's something I gotta deal with. It's part of life. It is what it is. But find, like, a routine, like, some structure. Like tap into that masculine side of yourself, because, like, that masculine side of yourself is what's gonna keep you safe. And I'm not saying, like, tap into it all the way and, like, build walls and become this fortress of solitude away from it all is the way to go. No, it's not. But I'm just saying, like, tap a little bit into that crazy protective energy and see what you can do to help yourself. Because, like, making a schedule, right? Sleeping schedule might be it. You could literally have, like, structures. So, like, in the beginning of your day, you don't get on your phone. You ground yourself. You know, you check in with yourself in the mornings. Maybe you check in with yourself at night. Or maybe you do both. I like to do both. Sometimes I forget to do the night one, but I do the morning one. To be honest, I'm human. But finding, like, these things that help you, it's gonna help you. Wow, I'm so itchy. So yeah, find some structures and stability that's gonna help you with that sense of safety. Because when you feel safe, your life changes. I swear to you, when you feel safe, it's like you don't, everything that, like, used to make you, like, worry or, like, really, like, afraid kind of just, like, falls away, and it's like, it doesn't really matter anymore. It is what it is. Like, at least for me, that's how I feel. So I want you guys to feel that too, right? I want you guys to feel that too. So for my final thoughts, your body is a temple, right? Your body is a temple. It is a temple of your sanctuary. And when the body is regulated, the mind can finally rest. And the mind can do the things that it wants to do, which is not much. Humans don't like to do a lot of things. But when your mind can rest and you're not constantly worrying about, oh, what's the next thing? What's this going to happen? Then you're able to be in the moment and actually experience your life and share it with people you care about and you love and you appreciate and you just, like, want to spend your life with, instead of, like, spending your time in your head constantly catastrophizing and freaking out and, like, really not doing yourself a solid. I think it's the best way to say that. So yeah, that's my final thought for this post. I'm so proud of myself for, like, staying on topic. But the prompt for this week is: close your eyes and scan your body. Where are you holding on to lead physically? What does your body need right now? Breathe. Breath, moment, or rest to return to its sovereign state. And of course, you can do all three of those. But what part of your body feels heavy, right? And, like, I didn't say breathe into it, but I want to say breathe into it because it just feels so natural to say, like, you feel something heavy in your body, breathe into it. Like, my lower back has been killing me for, like, a couple weeks now because I'm, like, pretty sure, I'm not gonna lie, I'm stressed out, but I'm not, like, so I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird experience for me. Like, I'm stressed out and I carry a lot of stress. Oh my god, Bear, I'm so sorry. Oh, I fucking smacked the hell out of me. My lower back and my hips are tight. So I know that that's something I need to, like, you know, send breath to, send healing to, send expansion to like, open that up. But, like, basically you just breathe in, and while you're breathing in, you're imagining that breath going to that space. And sometimes it's really magical, and your body will immediately tell you what it is, which is really cool, but it doesn't always happen. So I'm telling you guys, like, let what comes up, comes up. If more emotions come up, let them. If you gotta cry, let them. Just let it, you know what I mean? Do this in a safe space. And then another thing that I keep forgetting to tell you guys, but if you guys need help, if you guys need to, like, find a therapist or something, go find a therapist. Like, you think everybody, like, we can just do all this on our own? No, I've gone and got help before with several things, and I'm gonna say that help was super helpful. It was really great, and if you need help, go do it. don't abandon yourself, because this work is hard, and sometimes you need someone to help you navigate it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I want you guys to know there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong for asking for help. Nothing at all. There's nothing wrong with you. You are amazing. You're fantastic. I'm proud of you for staying here and being here. I really am. If you guys want more information, yeah. If you guys want more information, or if you guys want more of this positivity sent straight to you, go ahead and hit the link down below to the link tree and go and find me on all the social medias. It's also in my bio here on TikTok, on YouTube, and also on my website. You can sign up for the newsletter, and then you can get all these drops straight to your email. Every time I make a newsletter, it'll go straight to you. And then, of course, as I have been doing recently, which I will continue doing, if you feel led to support this page, if it's ever brought you any kind of joy or helpfulness or insight or anything like that, and you want to support, go ahead and head over to the support button in the link tree or on the website, and a monetary donation would be very much appreciated. It costs money to run this. It costs money to improve it the way that I see myself needing to, or wanting to, desiring to improve it, and it would be just very helpful. But honestly, you being here, watching this video, commenting and liking the video and interacting is payment in and of itself, and I am so grateful that you're even here to begin with. So I love you guys. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are on that 24-hour scale. Okay, bye guys.